everyone, welcome. It's me, Percita, and this is Percitas Paradox. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate you, your time, effort, and energy in finding the channel. If you're new, I greatly appreciate you, your time and effort in doing the work and finding me. And you already know, OGs, if it is you that is watching today, thank you so much for always supporting me. You are fantastic. So, today I just wanted to come on and give you a little jingle. I'm a little under the weather. Got a little bit of a cough. Thank God it's not COVID. I did test, and I tested twice, actually, just to confirm. Seems like it's more of a little bit of a flu kind of a bug. I'm feeling much better, but I wanted to make sure I got on and did this video thing because, you know, I'm on a mission to make sure that I am not missing uploading anytime soon. So, coming to you today, feeling fantastic other than the idea of this cough, and wanting to just really talk to you about something that I've been pondering just in trying to get my life on track for 2022, right? And the one thing that I noticed is, you know, if you know me, I'm kind of a clothes whore. I like fashion. I like to shop. I like all those cool things. But what I'm starting to notice is I'm not really utilizing my clothes the way I should. Like, I'm not really purchasing even with the proper intentions. And what I mean by that is that I have a lot of things, and I'm sure you all can relate on some level. Maybe it's not clothes, but it's something else in your life that you have in excess. And you really should wholeheartedly think about what your true intentions are with what your purchasing power, so to speak, is. So the question today is, are you actually utilizing the things that you bring into your life? Here's the funny part. I can make that about anything. I could say clothes, because that's a simple thing to talk about, or fashion, or shoes, or bags, or whatever you want to call it, because that all, to me, falls under clothes. Or I could talk about relationships and situations that you may not be utilizing properly. We have a tendency to go on and get rid of people in the new year, right? And we purge, and we all talk about that type of stuff. A lot of people are in what we call no-buy season, where, you know, you've purchased and lost your mind, and now you really need to, like, calm your nerve. Absolutely true. And I'm kind of one of those people. But in the same breath, I'm just utilizing this idea in my brain of I need to really be conscious of everything across the board. I want to be more deliberate across the board. I want to be more structured and intentional across the board. I say clothes, but I really want to be that way with everything. I want to make sure that I'm really identifying who people are in my life and being okay with that. And at the same time, I want to be very deliberate in the words that I use for that. Meaning, I put up a post on my Instagram, and it was basically saying, let's normalize really calling people who they are. Neighbors, acquaintances, college colleagues or things of that nature, instead of just blanket statementing things like everyone's your friend. I think we all understand that people are not our friends, and I think we have this weirdness of trying not to hurt someone's feelings by calling them friend just under the auspices of it sounds better, right? Because we are in a day and age where everybody's a friend. Everyone, even if you just met them 2 days ago, they're all of a sudden a friend. I really want to be intentional about that. I mean, truthfully, I know who my friends are, and I want to give them that respect to only call those people my friends. People that are just acquaintances or, like I said, high school friends or, whatever they are, whatever the true title of who they are. I want to really be intentional in calling people who they are. If we haven't spoken, you really don't know what's going on with me. Or my favorite, you knew what was going on with me 15 years ago and you still assume I'm in that same place and that's where you feel like you know me. Nothing wrong with that. I just want to be very clear in my intention on what I'm calling people and what I want people to call me. Because I think it really does bother your mental health. I really do feel as if when you are mislabeling something, even if you were to just put it in your storage bins and you mislabeled the bin and put something else in it, it really would mess with your psyche in regards to how you are literally moving in life. Because if you're not able to call things what they are, then it really structures nothing in your life. Everything's kind of convoluted, and there's no reason to really try to put it in any sense of structure or accountable places in your life because you're mislabeling it. Meaning if your boyfriend isn't your husband, you don't want to call him your husband, vice versa. You want to call things and call people who they are. So I really want to make sure that I'm utilizing that by making sure that I'm buying things and acquiring acquaintances and colleagues properly. I want to make sure that I am spending the time with the people that I call friend to make sure that I am really not just willy-nilly going through life with it. I just really want to be more intentional in my outward expression and my inward expression, with my time, with my words, everything across the board. And I use something as simple as clothes because I know that you can relate, like that item that's been in your closet for 6 years that you've spent no time in either wearing or even trying to incorporate into any sense of style. We're going to let that go. Well, I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to hope you let it go. The people that you're calling your friends, that were your friends 20 years ago, I'm not telling you that they're not your friends, but the people who've really been a part of your life for a very long time consistently are really the people that I would say I would focus on using the word friend. I would definitely say childhood friend. I would say the person I grew up with and we were really close. There's ways to still acknowledge and be loving in the proper manner of labeling than just kind of blanketly saying that. Because I realize people grow and people change and people do things. And if you don't have that ability to really put the structure of what they really mean to you in your life properly, I think the expectation is off. I think that our idea of what the relationship should look like is off. And I just feel like we just are doing ourselves an injustice. So I wanted to come and talk to you all about that today because I think it's just something to ponder going into the new year, going into the new aspects of new mindness. Again, most people still identify new year with new them. And even though that's not necessarily my take on it, I still understand that that is a very big proponent of what January means to people. So I just want to touch bases and really say to you, think about that. Really think about the people who you are still claiming as friend, but really know absolutely nothing about them because you probably haven't spoken to them in 30 years. Think about what that feels like for the person who has really been sticking by you for the last 2, 5, 7, countless hours, always listening to your problems and so on and so forth. And you're calling them friend as well. It just seems like it is not balanced and it seems a little ridiculous. So I just want to change it for me and I'm sharing it for you to see if that's something that could help you. So hit me in the comments. Tell me what you think about what I just said. Tell me how you feel about what that is. And if you find yourself putting a differential in time frames or in time spent, right? Because I'm really not saying it over the time frame of knowing someone necessarily. But if you've known of them for the 30 years but not spoken to them for 20, I don't really think it's healthy mentally to tell yourself that that's a close friend when if you called them today, you wouldn't really even know where the conversation would start, right? Or how many things have actually transpired between the time. Not the time of you knowing them, but actually what I discussed in the last video of speaking in regards to how long it takes to be an acquaintance, as you know, which is 5,000 hours, down to 20,000 hours of being an actual quote-unquote close friend. So just piggybacking on that and thinking about it and pondering and, you know, again, trying to get over this cough and, you know, just really wanted to see how you felt about that. So hit me in the comments. I really do want to hear what you have to say. But you know, the rules. As always, no matter what you do, even if you disagree, I still need you to do 3 things. Live life authentic. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and make sure that you are binging when possible on the channel if you miss something. As always, thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.